Welcome to the Foolish Wanderers podcast.
Why must I be surrounded by fools?
Welcome, Wanderer.
Hey Wanderers, welcome back to the Foolish Wanderers podcast. The podcast about anything and everything. Today, we're taking a look at the curse and the history of the Hope Diamond.
Ooh.
Spooky. So, have you ever heard of the Hope Diamond, or have you seen it, or
If I've seen it, I wouldn't know, 'cause I don't know what the Hope Diamond is. I think
Okay.
I've heard about it, but I just the name, maybe just casually dropped in TV shows to reference something, but I didn't get
That
it.
could be.
So
Okay, cool. So, in case anybody else any of the other listeners don't know what the curse is.
wait,
This
I don't
is
even know what the diamond is. Is it just
the
is
diamond?
it a real just a diamond?
Yeah, it's a real diamond. So,
Who owns it?
we'll get into the whole history of it.
Okay.
It's cool. I had a story.
I was like,
All right.
I didn't even know that is the diamond real? Is it an actual diamond? I'm like, and now there's a curse.
Oh yeah. It's a whole thing. So according to the legend, a curse that attends the owner of the Hope Diamond, so anyone that owns or touches it falls victim to the curse. The curse first befell the large blue gem when it was stolen from an idol in India. A curse that foretold bad luck and death not only for the owner of the diamond, but for all who touched it.
Ooh, isn't that how
So-
all curses are, though? Is it if you touch it or hold it?
Yeah, or look at it sometimes, yeah.
Look at it. Oh my gosh, that takes it to a new level.
I know, right? There's some creepy things. I don't know if it pertains to gems or anything, but I've heard of when haunted dolls and stuff. There's supposed to be some that if you look at a picture of it, it can haunt you, and I'm like, that's no. I'm not even googling that.
Oh.
Just stay in the way. So
You actually thought of real things. I was thinking about the Indiana Jones scene from
oh.
Raiders of the Lost Ark, where he picks
Yeah.
the idol up, and
just
I guess
touches
it's not really. It is kind of cursed because there's a physical booby trap if you pick it up,
Yeah,
it
in a
triggers a
way.
booby trap. Yeah, and a giant boulder
Tries to kill you.
comically tries to smush you. And
Yeah.
so I think that's definitely cursed.
Sure. So according to Cartier, is it Cartier, the famous
It's Cartier.
Cartier, okay, that's what I thought. Okay, so according to Cartier's story, we'll get into him and his involvement later. Several centuries ago, a man named Tavernier made a trip to India. He is a very wealthy, French merchant.
Okay.
While there, he stole the large blue diamond from the forehead or the eye of the statue of the Hindu goddess Sita. For his transgression, according to the legend, Tavernier was then torn apart by wild dogs on a trip to Russia.
Oh
After
my
he stole the diamond.
gosh!
And this was
Wait.
the first. This is according to Cartier. It's never true. It's not true, but he just made it up. So it seems more cursed than it is.
Oh my
So-
gosh. Wait. Why would Cartier just come up with this ripped apart by wild dogs?
We'll kind of get into it later. He comes
Okay.
up again quite a bit.
The
later,
wild
so-
dogs?
No, just
Okay.
his involvement, how he's
Cartier?
involved with the diamond. Yeah.
Okay.
Yep, how he's involved with the diamond. Yep. So, who had it first? So, sometime between 1664 and 1668, John Baptiste Tavernier, a wealthy French explorer and merchant, purchased a 112 and 3/16 carat diamond.
Wait, how big is that?
Let me Google.
That's insane.
I guess I don't know carats.
I don't really get carats either. It's 24 carats, 15, 12, 4. I don't know what the difference is. I can't imagine. How big is 112 carats? That probably is the size of a baby, like an infant.
No, it's not that big. No,
It's not that big?
no, that's way too big.
What would you say is how big it is, compared to using fruit?
I don't know, probably a kiwi.
Really?
So it says a carat is a unit of weight for diamonds and other gemstones. 1
Mhm.
carat equals 200 milligrams, 0.2 grams. A carat, when used with gold, a unit of purity, 24 karat gold is pure gold, but you mix it with metals and stuff, it'll change it. So 1 carat is 200 milligrams. So if you take 200 times 112,
Oh my gosh.
that's how many milligrams it is.
Okay.
So let me.
And it's the size of a kiwi.
Well, that's what I'm kind of roughly picturing. I'll post images and stuff, companion images on Instagram at Foolish Wonders Podcast, so you guys can look at some of these images that we're talking about. But like just like roughly looking at the images, I've never seen it in person, or like no one alive today has ever seen it. Obviously, like how it was when it was first found, because it's been cut down.
Oh, it has. Okay.
Yeah. So roughly in milligrams, 22,400 milligrams,
Oh, wow.
or 22.4 grams.
Oh, wow.
Roughly. So it's a pretty big gem.
It's a
Pretty
pig.
big rock. It's a pig, you said?
I said pig, yeah.
Okay. So this
Diamond
time,
pig.
diamond pig. Well, it's blue, so it's a blue pig.
Frozen pig.
Ew. So this diamond, which is most likely from the Collar mine in Golconda, India. I apologize for if I pronounce things wrong.
You just massacred
I
that
probably
poor
did.
town.
And I apologize. I apologize. Was somewhat triangular in shape and crudely cut. So when you first got it, it was more of a triangle and very just like kind of chopped to basically get it out.
Mhm.
The color was described by Tavernier as a beautiful violet.
Ooh.
So eventually, Tavernier sold the diamond to King Louis XIV of France in February 1669, with 14 other large diamonds and several smaller ones. So the smaller ones were white, I believe. So they're just like clear
Okay.
diamonds. In 1673, the stone was recut by Sieur Pitou. Again, I apologize with
Good accent.
pronunciations.
Great accent.
Everyone in France is probably
Great
just like
follow-through.
butchering me.
Oh, yeah.
So he was a court jeweler, and it resulted in a 67 and 1/8 carat stone. So we cut it down like
Why
by
would you?
half.
I don't understand why you would cut it.
Well, to make it shiny and pretty and fit into like a necklace or like a crown or something, you have to cut away a lot of the stone.
That's so sad.
But that's a
Okay.
lot of it
That's
too.
a lot of it because it was at what 100 and
112.
112, and then
Yeah,
now
it's
it's
like
down to
half of it.
67. Half of it's gone.
Yep. So I don't know
Ugh.
what he did to it, but
Yeah, what the heck did he do? I feel like he kept messing up. Like,
I would be kind of like upset too if you're like gave this giant gem and they just came back half the size. You're like, what happened to it? Unless they used it for like other jewelry, that could have been what it was.
or he kept messing up, and he's like, oh no, he's like, it's not equal. He's like, okay, just take a little bit off the top, and oh, that's too much. Okay, maybe like even out the sides. Like, okay, now the top is too. Okay, top,
Just like,
and then pretty soon it's just only half of it's there. And he's like, oh my gosh.
oh shit. Oh man, just flushes it the rest down the toilet. It's like
Was
nothing
it
happened.
so was he, like, executed or beheaded after he
Not that I
gave the
know of,
stone?
no.
Okay.
So it might have just been like what the king wanted, he's like, I want
Uh-huh.
this size. Hopefully.
Okay, okay.
We're gonna say that. So in the royal inventories, its color was described as an intense steely blue. So not really violet, it's more like a blue.
Ooh, steel blue.
It's really pretty. And the stone became known as the blue diamond of the crown or the French blue. So that was
Okay.
its first name.
Like the flag or their old flag.
Yeah.
Mhm. Well, their new flag has blue too, but the old flag
Yeah,
is more blue. Is all blue.
fair enough. So Louis ordered Pitou to make him a piece to remember. So Pitou took 2 years on the piece, resulting in a triangular shaped 69 carat gem the size of a pigeon's egg. So I don't really know the size of a pigeon's egg, but I think
I don't
it's
either. See, I only know how to measure the size of jewelry in fruit, so I
it's
don't know how big
probably
a pigeon egg is.
I think it's a little bit smaller than a chicken
I don't
because
know that
pigeons are small.
either. I only do I
You could
told you,
like chicken
Katrina.
eggs.
No, I told you, Katrina, I only use fruit when I'm doing the size of for jewelry.
Fine, it's the size of a kiwi.
Okay, I know that.
Okay. So he wanted the gem, when you looked at it, to take your breath away as it snared the light, reflecting it back in bluish gray rays. And then it was set in gold and was supported by a ribbon for the neck, which was worn by the king during ceremonies. So
Oh my
it's a
gosh.
very rarely used gem. But
I would wear it all the time.
I mean, I guess I don't know how like secure things were, I suppose, back then. Would someone try to steal it from you? Probably not, because you're the
Probably,
king,
I don't
right?
know. I have no idea.
Yeah.
But
Oh,
I would
keep it close to your heart. Never let anyone touch it.
no, I would just want to be like covered in diamonds whenever
I'm like thinking protect it. You're like, no, just cover me in diamonds.
cover
Make
me
me
in diamonds. No sword is getting through that.
Oh, very true, actually.
Mhm.
The best armor. Yep.
Diamonds, head to toe.
There you go. In 1749, King Louis XV had the stone reset by court jeweler André Jacquemin in a piece of ceremonial jewelry for the Order of the Golden Fleece. So this
What
piece
is
was,
that?
I believe it's just like a celebration. Let me Google quick.
What if it's like what if it's really important and you're like, it's just a celebration?
Well, most celebrations are important, right? So, oh boy, this is like a whole thing. This is like an organization.
Now you know what it feels like.
Shut up.
Now you know what it feels like.
Okay, so it seems like the Order of the Golden Fleece was like an organization. It says that the first meeting of the Order of the Golden Fleece occurred on November 30th, 1431, on the first
Okay.
day of Apostle Andrew, patron saint of the House of Burgundy. So the Order of the Golden Fleece was an order of chivalry that was founded by Philip III, the Duke of Burgundy, on the occasion of his marriage to Isabella of Portugal in the 15th century.
Okay.
So it actually is around today. So some of the members include Queen Elizabeth II. Some others were Napoleon Bonaparte, Emperor Meiji of Japan. Meiji. Yeah, it was a chivalric order. So it's an organization,
Okay.
pretty much. Anyway, getting back to it. So the king wanted to have this stone set into a beautiful ornamental piece that he could wear at like the events for this organization. So the assembled piece included a red spinel of 107 carats, shaped as a dragon breathing covetous flames, as well as 83 red painted diamonds and 112 yellow painted diamonds to suggest the sheep's fleece.
It's
So
ugly.
it's very ornamental.
It's
So
really just trashy.
so we'll put images up on Instagram of it. But
Wait,
basically, it's
which
like
one is which one is the Hope Diamond?
the dark blue one, the purplish one.
Oh, the purplish one? Oh, okay, I was
Mhm.
thinking it was the big one at the top of this trash
Uh,
heap.
no. So this thing is like another type of red rock or something that's shaped to carve to look like a dragon.
Wouldn't
And
it
then
be a
there's
ruby?
maybe it's a ruby. It says it's a spinel. What is a spinel? What is a red spinel? Oh yeah, it's also called as a spinel ruby gemstone. So it's a ruby. Yep. So it's
Oh, it's just rubies. Okay.
a ruby. Yep. So it's a ruby carved to look like a dragon, and then it's like spitting out ribbons that are like of diamonds that are painted red, and then in the middle of this red fire diamond thing is the Hope Diamond, or was the Hope Diamond, the
Was the
French
Hope
blue,
Diamond.
the French blue. And then at the very bottom of this pendant
A
it's kind
dead
of like
hanging sheep.
I
But
think
it's
that's
it's
their
the
logo.
fleece. Yeah,
Yeah,
it's
it's
the
the fleece.
fleece. It's
Yep.
golden fleece.
Yep. So
But
there's
it
the
just looks like a dead hanging sheep.
yeah. That's what yeah. What's a
This
fleece? It's a
I know, but it just looks like a dead hanging sheep.
yeah. Yeah, it is.
The whole thing's trashy. It looks like the equivalent to like one of those like in the early like the 90s and early 2000s where people would get like tribal tattoos.
People still do.
But I mean I'm not talking about like the tribal tattoos that are to represent and honor your lineage.
Yeah, like the actual ones. Yeah.
I'm talking the real ones. I'm talking like trashy looking, like flames and big thick
Oh,
like those ones, you know.
it's just very gaudy and
Yeah, I see them now all the time at like the gym or outside. They'll be just like really faded. Like it was black at one point, but now it looks like a faded like purple. And it's just yeah, not good. It looks
actually.
like yeah. So this thing looks like the equivalent to that.
I didn't know that tattoos get like they turn purple, like faded out to look purple.
I mean, it's not black anymore, but
Hmm.
it fades to sort of like a very like dark. I call it dark purple.
Okay.
Some people might call it like more like a darker gray. I don't know, but
Mm.
it's not true black anymore. That's for sure.
Okay. So moving on, the piece fell into disuse after the death of King Louis XV, and then the diamond became the property of his grandson, King Louis XVI, whose wife was Queen Marie Antoinette. So they use many of the French crown jewels for the personal adornment by having the individual gems placed into new settings and combinations. Like they tore the different stuff apart and put it into stuff that they liked they'd wear.
Okay, good.
However,
I knew Marie Antoinette had more style than wearing like that
however,
hideous thing.
however, the French blue remained in the golden fleece pendant, except for a brief time in 1787 when the stone was removed for scientific study by Marthrin Jacques Brisson. and then was returned to its settings soon thereafter. So that didn't leave that pendant. It did leave it.
Oh,
Yeah, so that one stayed.
that's
I don't know about the rest of
disappointing.
them, but that one stayed. So on September 11th, 1792, while King Louis XVI and his family were imprisoned during the French Revolution, a group of thieves broke into the royal storehouse, the Hotel des Grands Meubles
Oh
de la
Lord,
long words. Anyways,
it's still around today.
yep, yeah, it is. And they stole the most of the crown jewels during the 5-day looting spree. Whereas many of the jewels were recovered, including other pieces of the Order of the Golden Fleece, the French blue was not among them, and so it disappeared for quite a while.
Creepy.
There's like some theories, like they thought that they might have found like the thief and like he tried to sell it, but no one really knows exactly who stole
Where
it.
it
It's just kind of
was.
like it could have been anyone, basically anyone that was there. So no one really knows who stole it. So then January 21st, 1793, King Louis XVI was killed via guillotine, and Marie Antoinette was guillotined on October 16th of the same year. These beheadings were commonly cited as a result of the diamond's curse. So this was like the first kind of like,
But I
oh,
mean,
it's cursed.
all of like the upper class, not all
Yeah,
of them,
they
but
were all
all of them were beheaded.
pretty
So
much, yeah.
this doesn't give me a lot of evidence.
No, not yet.
But definitely the wild dogs, if that was real,
That was creepy.
that was creepy. I'm like, what
But
the heck?
I don't think that's real. I think they said he just like died of like it was like a disease or something. So
Okay.
yeah, I don't think it was anything to do with wild dogs. Um anyway, with the curse, it says that historical records never suggested that Marie Antoinette had ever worn the golden fleece pendant or like the French blue.
Mm-hmm.
Is really only reserved for the exclusive use of the king.
So she
So
still might have had some taste.
she's like, I'm not wearing that. Just kidding.
So ugly.
It is believed that the diamond was quickly brought to London, and then the French blue was never seen again, at least in the French version.
So I bet the queen, maybe it's a king during this time. Whatever, the king of England probably paid some people to come over and
steal it.
steal loot.
I mean, there's no evidence of like who took it, so I mean, anything's possible, really. It could have been just like a random kid or something that's broken and was like, "Ooh, I don't know."
Conspiracy theory.
Conspiracy.
That doesn't matter.
So, fast forwarding to 1812, a deep blue diamond described by Jean Francillion as weighing 177 grains. 4 grains equals 1 carat, so roughly about 44 carats. So
Okay, not
missing
quite.
20 carats, was documented as being in the possession of London diamond merchant Daniel Evalyn. Strong evidence indicates that the stone was recut probably into 2 pieces, and the larger became the Hope diamond, and then the smaller one, I don't know if it's really known which diamond it became into. Yeah, anyways, so the one report suggested that the cut was a butchered job because it sheared off 23.5 carats from the larger rock, as well as hurting its extraordinary luster. So it lost a lot of its like
Again.
yeah, again. So this thing
Who
has
is?
lost a
Oh
lot.
my gosh.
Yep, so it's a lot smaller. Several references suggest that it was acquired by King George IV of the United Kingdom, possibly through Caroline of Brunswick. However, there is no record of the ownership in the royal archives at Windsor, although some secondary evidence exists in the form of contemporary writings and artwork, and that George IV tended to mix up the crown property of the crown with his own. So, like, he could have had it and, like,
With his own what?
his own like jewels and stuff.
Oh, okay.
It was kind of like mixed in there. So he just kind of mixed heirlooms and his own personal property and was just like, yeah. So then after the king's death in 1830, King George IV, it was alleged that some of this mixed collection was stolen by the George's last mistress, Elizabeth Conyngham, and some of his personal items were discreetly sold to cover many of his debts that he left behind. Some reports state that the king's debts were so enormous that the diamond was probably sold through private channels. In either case, the blue diamond was not retained by the British royal family, so it was there once and then sold, most likely to pay off debts. Alright, so the first reference to the diamond's next owner is found in 1839 in the entry of the gem collection catalog of the well-known London banker Henry Philip Hope, the man from which the diamond takes its name. So this is the guy that is really known for having the diamond and how it got his new name.
Okay.
So Hope said that he had paid between $65,000 and $90,000 for the stone.
Is that in today's money?
I think it was back then, like back then's money.
What's that in today's money? Because that's a lot of money right now.
Yeah, that's a crazy amount of money. No, this thing is.
I'm gonna guess $5 million in today's money. 65,000 and 90,000. I'm gonna guess $5 million.
This conversion calendar says about 2 million.
Crap!
Which is, if we'll see later.
The price is wrong.
You'd be horrible at that show.
I would be so bad at that show. I would only get on the stage if I did the whole like dollar thing.
It's like guessing what's a dollar. Oh, you just like put up like a dollar. Like
Yeah, so when
this
the price is right, you just guess like a lot of people will guess a dollar, and then the
Mhm.
people around them will be so far away from the price that the person that guessed it's a dollar will win.
I mean, yeah, I haven't
Mhm.
seen that show in a long time. I used to watch it a lot.
I used to watch it more with when Bob Barker was the
Oh,
host, not Drew
yeah.
Carey. Mhm.
Yeah, that's when I watched it too. 2 million is quite a steal because, as we'll see, it goes for a lot more eventually.
Okay.
So the stone was set in a fairly simple medallion, surrounded by many smaller white diamonds, which he sometimes lent out to Louisa de la Poire Bresford.
Oh my
There's a lot of
gosh.
very long names. The widow of his brother Thomas Hope for society balls. So
You should have just said Mrs. Thomas Hope.
that works too.
That works too instead of Louisa de la Poire Beresford. Oh, I got it. I think I got it.
Good job.
Maybe.
Actually, how
Probably
do you just
not.
read all the names?
No.
All right, so following his death, Henry Philip Hope's death in 1839.
So how did he die any weird way, or he just not ripped apart
I
by
didn't
wolves, I guess?
see. No, I didn't see anything. That would have been the first guy that found it.
Okay.
I'm not sure. He could have, but I guess I didn't really find anything that said he died in a weird way. But after like a lot of arguing between his family about who would get what, the diamond was passed to his nephew, Henry Thomas Hope, and ultimately to the nephew's grandson, Lord Francis Hope. So Philip was never married, so that's why his wife didn't get her like his kids or anything. It was his nephew.
Okay.
So then his nephew, Thomas Hope, gave it to his grandson, Lord Francis Hope. So it still stayed in the family for quite a while. So because of his gambling and high spending, Francis Hope asked permission from the court in 1898 to sell the Hope diamond. However, his siblings opposed this sale, and his request was denied. He appealed again in 1899, and again his request was denied. So I think they wanted to keep it in the family. I think that's why they didn't want him to sell
Yeah.
it.
Mm-hmm.
And then 1901, an appeal to the House of Lords, Francis Hope was finally granted permission to sell the diamond and was sold to a London dealer who quickly sold it to Joseph Frankels and Sons of New York City, who retained the stone in New York until they in turn needed cash. So
Why does everyone need money?
so that's
Quit
part of
gambling.
the thing. That's part of the thing with the curse, right? It's like everyone that comes in contact with it either has like people die around them, they die, or their family dies, or they go broke and they need to sell it. So that's kind of like the theme you'll see
Or
with
they
like
get ripped apart by wild dogs.
that too, yes. So the diamond was next sold to Selim Habib, who put it up for auction in Paris in 1909. It did not sell at the auction, but was sold soon after to C.H. Rosenau, and then resold to Pierre Cartier the same year. So that's how Cartier got it.
Cartier got it. Okay.
So all those years later, he got it. Yep. In 1910, the Hope Diamond was shown to Miss Evalyn Walsh, McLean of Washington, D.C. in the U.S. at Cartier's in Paris. But she did not at first like the diamond. She didn't like what it was set in. So Cartier had the diamond reset and took it to the U.S., where he left it with Miss McLean for a weekend in order to entice her to buy it. So he wanted her to buy it.
He just left it with her?
Yeah.
Oh my
Yeah.
gosh. I would
Yeah.
love that. Like, I don't know.
I know, right? He had this diamond. He's like, I want you to buy this. And she's like, that's ugly. I don't like it. And he's like, here, I'll
Wear
leave
it for a
you.
weekend.
Yeah. Well, it worked. And they bought it. She and her husband bought it in 1911. With the diamond mounted as a headpiece on a 3-tiered circlet of large white diamonds.
That's what I'm talking about.
Yeah, so she made it a lot more
She had
fancy.
a tiara.
Yeah. Yep.
I would just like lay on the couch wearing it in sweats, like sweats, and then I would just eat Cheetos and like binge Netflix
Yes.
in the
Oh
dark.
man. What would you watch on Netflix?
Ooh, nothing's good on Netflix right now.
Oh, rewatch Stranger Things.
Meh.
No. Anyway, so the McLeans bought the diamond for $189,000, or equivalent in 2020, $5 million.
There we go. See,
There's a big price.
there's a big ticket item.
Yep. Sometime later, it became the pendant on the diamond necklace as we know today. So if you go and see it now, it's on the same. It's like what she had it set in at this time. Miss McLean wore the diamond constantly. One doctor even recounted that he had to heavily persuade her to take it off for surgery. So like she was so attached to this thing, she wore it constantly, wouldn't take it off for really anything. So there were reports that she misplaced it at parties deliberately and frequently, and then made a children's game out of it, of finding a hope. And
Wait,
sometimes
why did she do this deliberately?
rich people do weird things. I don't know.
Oh
We
my
pay $5 million
gosh.
And sometimes she hid the diamond somewhere on her estate during the lavish parties she threw and invite guests to find it.
Oh
The
my
stone
god.
prompted elaborate yeah. So and then the stone prompted elaborate security precautions. So eventually,
Yeah.
like, you
So
can't
you
do that anymore. Like, stop
uh-huh.
hiding it.
Yeah. I found it. I found it in my jewelry box at home.
Yeah. I'm gonna keep it.
I'm gonna keep
Mhm.
it.
So, although McLean wore the Hope Diamond as a good luck charm, so that's why she was so attached to this thing. She wore it constantly. She swore it brought her luck. Others thought it cursed her. Her firstborn son, Vincent, died in a car crash when he was only 9 years old. Then McLean suffered another major loss when her daughter committed suicide at age 25. And then, in addition to all this, Mr. McLean was declared insane and confined to a mental institution until his death in 1941. So it could have
Horrible.
been just like a bad situation, but a lot of people contributed to the curse. So,
Oh my.
and then although Evalyn McLean said that she wanted her jewelry to go to her grandchildren when they were older, her jewelry was put up for sale in 1949, 2 years after her death, in order to settle the debts from her estate. So there's
Always
that
debts.
debt. There's the debt.
Okay. Always debts.
Yep. So let me get to Harry Winston. So Harry Winston Inc. of New York City purchased Miss McLean's entire jewelry collection, including the Hope Diamond, for about a cool $350 million.
Oh my gosh.
Yep, in 1949. This collection also included the 49.8 carat star of the East Diamond, the 15 carat star of the South Diamond, a 9 carat green diamond, and a 31 carat diamond, which is now called the McLean Diamond. That's pretty cool. I think you can go see that one too. And I think it's in Smithsonian, not quite sure. But
Jeez.
then over the next decade, Winston exhibited McLean's necklace in his Court of Jewels, a tour of jewels around the U.S., as well as various promotional events and charity balls on numerous occasions. On numerous occasions, Winston offered the diamond to various ladies to be worn at balls to raise money for charity. So he just kind of give it to stars, be like, "Hey, wear this to promote your charity." Yeah.
Pretty good gig.
Yeah. Yep. The diamond then appeared on a television quiz show. The name's the same, in an episode which first aired on August 16th, 1955, when a teenage contestant with the actual name Hope Diamond was one of the mystery guests, as well as at the August 1958 Canadian National Exhibition. So
So a girl's actual name was Hope Diamond?
mhm. I suppose like it's a well-known diamond, so I was like, "Ooh, that's pretty."
That's
So just
better
named her
than naming your kid Khaleesi from Game of
that.
Thrones.
I mean, it's kind of a cool name, not gonna lie.
Khaleesi?
Lacey.
Yeah, except I think that's what all the parents thought until the last season of Game of Thrones happened, and then they were like, "We gotta change your name.
I've never seen it, so I'm glad.
Just don't watch last season."
Okay, you noted. So then the Smithsonian mineralogist George Switzer was credited with persuading Winston to donate the Hope Diamond for a proposed national gem collection to be housed at the National Museum of Natural History. On
No! I
yeah,
would
so
never. I'd be like, "For what?" And like, "Just for people to look at."
yeah, well, that's where it's at now. It's in the Smithsonian, so you can go look
Oh.
at it. Yeah. So on November 10th, 1958, despite its $350 million
Oh my
value,
gosh.
Winston chose to send the diamond via registered mail. So it was placed
What?
Mhm. It was placed in a box and wrapped in plain brown paper. And then the package, which was insured for what is now equivalent to roughly $1 million,
Oh
arrived
my.
safely to its destination. Which I mean,
I would have had like an armored vehicle like on like crew. And then like the in the movie like the guy in the black suit with the
mhm.
briefcase that's strapped to like his like handcuffed to his arm.
Yeah, it's like
And then
handoff.
inside that is like a biometric lock with the
Yeah.
diamond in there.
Well,
Not
I
just
mean,
through the
like,
mail. What, he just dropped it off at the post office?
yeah, I think that might have been what they did. But I mean, like, if you think about it, it's like you could go like having all these armored vehicles and like draw us attention, or you could just like nonchalantly package it in the plainest paper you could and just send it.
I think everybody oh my gosh, I think everyone would still pick, like, the armored vehicle.
Uh, I suppose it depends on like what's safer, I guess, at the time. Because if no one knows you're sending it, like no one's gonna be like, "Oh, I'm gonna steal this," right? Like you're not gonna.
Oh
Anyways, it arrived safely. And then almost immediately, the Hope Diamond became the Smithsonian's premier attraction.
Mhm. It's
So,
just filled with, like, jewel thieves trying to figure like, doing, like, Nicolas Cage and, like, National Treasure.
you know,
Yeah.
It's like, dang it, I should have stolen that package.
Mm-hmm.
It's a plain paper package. And then Winston died many years later in 1978 of a heart attack. So again, not necessarily curse
I
line,
mean,
but it's like,
he didn't have it.
yeah. Well, he touched it. He owned it.
Oh, he touched it. Okay.
Yeah, he touched it. So that's part of the curse that they're saying that like if you touch it or own it, then it attaches to you. Um, so the Hope Diamond has left the Smithsonian only 4 times since it was donated. In 1962, it was exhibited for a month at the Louvre in Paris, France, as part of an exhibit entitled The 10 Centuries of French Jewelry. And then 1965, the Hope Diamond traveled to South Africa, where it was exhibited at the Rand Easter Show in Johannesburg. In 1984, the diamond was lent to Harry Winston Inc. in New York as part of the firm's 50th anniversary celebration, so it went back to his firm. Just be like, we had this at one point. And then in 1996, the Hope Diamond was again sent to Harry Winston Inc. in New York, this time for cleaning and some minor restoration work. Okay, so on November 18th, 2010, the Hope Diamond was unveiled and displayed at the Smithsonian in a temporarily new design necklace called the Embracing Hope. It was created by the Harry Winston firm, and then they actually had 3 different designs that people could vote on, but they chose the one called Embracing Hope. And then it stayed in that configuration until January 13th, 2012, where it was returned to a historic setting, which is still in the Smithsonian, so you can go check it out. And then some other cool facts about the diamond. In December of 1988, a team from the Gemological Institute of America visited the Smithsonian to grade the diamond using present-day techniques. They observed that the gem shows evidence of wear and has remarkably strong phosphorescence. The Hope Diamond phosphoresces a strong red color, which will last for several seconds after exposure to shortwave ultraviolet light. So have you ever been to like a cave where like they turn off the lights and shine a black light, a bunch of rocks, and they glow different colors?
No.
Oh, you haven't? It's
Mm-mm.
really cool.
I've been to a lot of caves, but no one's done that with a light before.
Oh, okay. Yeah, there's some rocks that are really cool. You can shine a black light at them and they glow different colors. But yeah, so if you shine a black light or ultraviolet light at the Hope Diamond, it glows red for a while.
That's so
So,
weird. Is
it's
it
kind of
just because it's
creepy.
so pure, or
There's an element in it. I forgot what element it was. It might be, oh, maybe it's the boron in it. But yeah, something in the stone reacts with the light and it makes it glow red. So that's
cool?
yeah. And then in 2005, the Smithsonian published a year-long computer-aided geometry research, which officially acknowledged that the Hope Diamond is in fact cut from the stolen French blue crown jewel. So they confirmed that it is
It's the
the
one.
French blue. So,
Mm-hmm.
and then the diamond's blue coloration is attributed to trace amounts of boron in the stone.
Okay.
And then nowadays, the diamond weighs 45. I think that's supposed to be 45.5 carats and is worth $250 million.
Wow. Oh, what was something I thought was funny?
Hmm.
Gemological Institute of America sounds like the fakest thing I've ever heard in my life. They sound like the people that email you and they're like, "Oh, we have some." I'm
We're
a
contacting you about your car extended warranty.
Yeah.
You want an extended warranty on your diamond? We got you.
Like, where do you? So, what do you do? Where do you work again? The Gemological Institute of America.
Oh,
Oh,
cool.
oh,
It's
what do
just
you
like,
do? What do you do there? Oh, we do gemological things with, at an institute, and it's in America.
it sounds like a plot to like a superhero movie where they just sneak in to like and just rob the place. You're like, we're just taking it for cleaning. We'll be back. We'll be back. And then just leave forever. Is that wrong? Right. You're like, I'm here with the Gemological Institute of America. You sneak in, grab the diamond, and leave.
Oh, okay. Now I get it. Now I get it. Yeah, I like that.
Yeah. I think too, so like when I first mentioned like doing this podcast, I for some reason in my mind I had it like this diamond is supposed to be shaped like a heart, but I'm like that's from Titanic. That's not this diamond. It's kind of like it's like loosely based off of this
I
diamond.
thought it was.
Because like I knew it was blue and it's like surrounded by white diamonds,
So you
so
thought
it
it
looks a lot like isn't
the
it the heart
heart?
of the
Yeah, the
sea?
heart of the sea. That's what
Yeah,
they call it.
but that's a heart.
It
So
during that when that lady, the McLean lady,
mhm.
when she had it in the necklace format with the diamonds around it,
Mhm.
that does kind of look like exactly like that, the heart of the sea, but
Yeah,
it's
I think
just an oval instead of a heart.
yeah, it's just like an ovalish
Mhm.
kind of square looking. Yeah, I think, if I remember correctly, I think I read that the people that wrote Titanic based the Heart of the Sea off of the Hope Diamond, which I mean is kind of close not to kind of
Yeah.
assume that, right?
hmm
Like, so what do you think?
I thought it
Do you
was
think
cool. I just I like the. I wish there was more wild dogs.
more just at the end, everyone at the Smithsonian that looks at it gets attacked by wild dogs?
Yeah, I just wish that yeah, so like maybe like the model wearing it got ripped apart by wild dogs. I don't know, the wild dogs were trying to
Just
steal it back from the statue
oh, like
of
it sent the
was it
dogs after it.
yeah, the goddess, the Indian goddess sent the dogs
Hmm.
after to try and reclaim it.
Hmm.
I thought that would have been cool.
Yeah, I don't know. I guess I think I heard about this mostly from History Channel, and I guess when I first heard about it, I for some reason I remembered like there was more like death and like related to this, like car crashes and stuff. But I couldn't really find a whole lot about different car crashes. But there has been a lot of people that went into like serious debt and had to sell it,
A lot of them.
which is
Yeah.
weird,
I'm
right?
surprised all of them had like gambling issues or they're like I have so much debt.
Or something. Yeah, like they had to sell it for some reason.
I guess I mean, if I was in debt and I had that diamond, that would be the first thing to go, I guess.
Would it be the first thing, or would you try to hang on to it? 'Cause I feel like if it's like you
Mm,
spent so much on it, and if it means so much to you, like, would you
see,
want to
I
get
don't
rid of
want
it?
I think I'd want to get rid of it instead of like sitting in a cardboard box on the beach with nothing but that thing. So
That's
yeah,
true.
that's gonna
Yeah,
be the definitely probably the first thing to go.
that's true. Oh, I did see when Miss McLean did pass away. I saw that I don't know if it's true or not, but I saw that one account where it said that they found the diamond under her bed in a cardboard box, like in a shoebox. So like she wore this thing to like I don't know if she took it off like the last couple of years of her life. I don't really know, but she wore it constantly, and then they found it in like a shoebox under her bed. I thought that was interesting.
Just in a shoebox.
Yeah, I was like, that's interesting. I don't know.
I'd probably have it like a specially made box for it, but I guess just
Oh, I'm sure
shoebox.
she did, but
Just a
I don't know.
shoebox.
She was. Could you imagine if like someone just was like, "Oh, it's trash," and threw it away? It's just like this.
Oh,
Like, where did this go?
it's
It's
just in
like,
a landfill somewhere. A seagull has
mhm.
taken it and put it in his nest and is wearing it now.
Oh man, that seagull goes into debt. It's like poor seagull.
Poor seagull.
All right. Do you have another like fun fact,
Do I have another one?
or do you have a fun fact to talk about?
Okay, since we're talking about or the Hope Diamond today, and
Hmm.
other like little diamonds and that came from the Hope Diamond.
Hmm.
Here we go. So, Crater of Diamonds is located in Arkansas, which is a state in the United States,
Hmm.
and it is the only public diamond mine in the world where you can dig up your own diamonds and keep it as a souvenir. It is believed to be the eighth largest diamond reserve in the world in surface area.
Oh wow.
hmm
I think I've heard of something like that. I guess I don't know about the one in Arkansas, but
What did you hear about?
just like you can go look for diamonds somewhere in like the desert somewhere. I don't know how much would you have to. How much do you have to pay to go dig? I wonder.
I don't know. It's just like a state park.
Oh, okay. But you can like whatever you find, you can keep.
I guess I don't know if it's a 37-acre field, the eroded surface of a volcanic crater, and
That makes
it
sense.
has like a bunch of variety of rocks, minerals, and gemstones. So you might find something else besides a diamond. You might find a filling from a tooth.
Ew.
I bet that's all that you're
You're just
finding
like
is just like fillings from teeth and like gum
ew.
wrappers and stuff.
Well, I mean, you're not using like a metal detector. You're
Yeah,
using
you can't,
like
and you
no.
can't bring those either.
Oh, you can't.
Yeah, you can only rent tools from the park.
I don't remember what show it used to be, but I remember on Travel Channel they used to have like a gem hunting show that I used to watch. It was kind of interesting. Like they go to different parks and find just like huge like amethysts and like
Oh,
just like
that'd be
other gemstones.
pretty.
It looked really cool. I'd love to go sometime, just like see what I could find.
I'd go diamond like hunting.
Just sifting for diamonds.
So it
Cool.
says that more than 33,100 diamonds have been found by park visitors since the Crater of Diamonds became an Arkansas state park in 1972. Notable diamonds found at the crater include the 40.23 carat Uncle Sam.
Ooh, so that's
So
like almost Hope Diamond level.
That's an awesome name for it too, Uncle
Uncle
Sam.
Sam. Let me
It's
Google it.
Uncle Sam is the largest diamond ever unearthed in the United States. Oh, here's some more. The 16.37 carat named Armadillo Starlight.
I love it. That's so
Armadillo
great.
Starlight?
That's great.
That sounds like a trashy name.
I love
Um,
it.
The 15.33 carat Star of Arkansas. That's a nice. See, that's good.
That's still huge.
That's huge, but I mean, that's a nice name, Star of Arkansas. And the 8.52 carat Esperanza. That's still huge.
Yeah, all
That's
these
a
are huge.
all these are whopping like big pigs.
It looks like the Uncle Sam diamond. It was. Do you know like the emerald cut of a diamond? It looks like what they cut this one into. It's just like a big rectangle, like emerald shape.
Uncle Sam.
Uncle Sam.
Oh yeah, pretty.
Yeah, that's pretty cool.
Oh, I guess just recently a teen found a 7.44 diamond.
Yeah, I saw-
Carat diamond in this in 2017.
Oh wow, that's
Oh
cool.
my goodness! Did he name it?
It says it's the 7th largest ever found in the area. That's pretty cool.
That's
It's 14 years old. 14.
Oh my goodness. Okay, here we go. An 8.52 carat diamond that was found in the same park in 2015 was estimated to be sold for $1 million. Wow.
We should make a field trip and go up there.
I'm gonna live there.
Just go there and make it your job.
Yeah, I bet some people do that.
Oh, well, I'm sure, yeah. Especially if like you're retired and that's all you do. Go and dig up diamonds all day. Heck
Mhm.
yeah. I kind of wonder too, because like diamonds, like if you look at the uncut ones, they don't look necessarily pretty. They just look like shiny rocks.
Mhm.
So it's like, I wonder how many have been missed too, because they're just like, oh, it looks like,
Nothing. Yeah.
yeah, just like a little
Oh.
pebble or something.
Oh, that would be so horrible.
Oh, could you imagine? You just like realize it after you get
anxiety.
home and you're like, dang it.
The anxiety.
Oh man.
Okay, so it's $10. Here we go. Here are the prices.
Oh, to dig. I
Yep.
thought you meant the diamond. I was like, hold on.
Oh, no, sorry. Nope, I've got prices because you mentioned the prices for the
Yeah.
state park for
Yeah.
Creator of Diamond State Park. Here are the prices, people. So it's $10 for adults. Children ages 6 to 12, it's $6, and if you're under 6, it's free. So you know what to do if you've got if you've got a bunch of kids, or maybe it's like your daughter's like 6th birthday party or 5th birthday party. You could
Fiscal
even
5, yeah.
and then just invite all her friends and give them little pickaxes and send them into the field.
You do my bidding, children. I'll give you icy pops.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, man. That'd actually be a kind of a cool birthday party. Like, you're going to go hunting for diamonds. Like, that's pretty cool.
I would, yeah.
I think that'd be fun.
I think I just gave parents a lot of great ideas for their kids' next birthday party.
Thank you so much, Wanderers, for listening to another Foolish Wanderers podcast and coming gem hunting with us. If you guys want to check us out on Instagram, we post companion images to all our episodes at Foolish Wanderers Podcast on Instagram. Check out our YouTube channel, subscribe, leave a comment on Foolish Wanderers Podcast on youtube.com. And if you have any suggestions for future episodes, any shoutouts, or any comments or anything, send us an email at fwplisteners@gmail.com.
And new episodes are out every single Wednesday, wherever you get your podcasts.
Yeah. All right, guys. Thank you so much for listening, and we'll see you guys next time. Bye.
Bye.